And Bonds hits one high. Hits it deep. It is out of here. 7:56. Bonds stands alone.
Now Booker with Tucker on him. Throws it up for 8. Shot blocked by Antetokounmpo. What a block from Giannis.
17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan, open, Chicago with the lead.
Minute remaining. And they're putting Curry in the pick and roll, trying to get him on Irving. Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown.
We're sending it in, Jerome. That's for damn sure.
Yes.
Yes. A little bit of a delayed reaction there.
Well, dude, I'm like, the frames are dropping again. I'm trying to figure out why my fucking internet is going so slow. I pay too much fucking money to have slow internet. So I gotta figure it out after this stream. I should have done it before because we had these issues yesterday. But once again, if you are having issues catching the stream, don't worry. We will have it on podcast form, Apple Podcasts, Amazon, Google, all the podcast platforms. It'll be up immediately after. So immediately after the stream, it'll be up. Apologies. I will make sure for the next stream, this will not happen. But anyways, we are being brought to you by the Sharps app, SHARPZ. Download it to your mobile device. Use promo code JORD517. It's free to download, free to use. Sharps app. With that being said, Ben, how we doing tonight?
Doing well. There's a lot of fucking shenanigans going on in this Boston Ace game right now. They pulled a guy in from outfield, just gave him his shortstop glove. And I don't know if they're going to be playing a guy in on the like front of the outfield grass, so he's still in the outfield technically. I don't know what's going on. It's some shenanigans. All I know is that Boston fucked up the first half of the 10th inning. I don't know why you don't bunt. Oh yeah, no, they got 5 guys in the infield right now. So a new shift.
Well, no, the reason why as a away team, you never, because you don't want to play for 1 run because then the home team still gets an at bat. But as the home team, if the away team doesn't score, that's when you sacrifice because you only need 1 run to win.
I think still moving a runner over to third, possibly getting a pass ball down the first base line is definitely a good move to start that. I mean, you get a pass ball down that line, you're scoring that run.
Yeah, but I think giving up an out top of the half of the inning of extra innings, but the home team still gets to go. So it's like I'd rather put it like try to score as many runs as possible, because if you do that, then you're basically guaranteed. If you put up 2 runs, the chances of winning the game are like probably significantly higher than 1 run.
Oh, agreed. But if you don't put up any runs, then you're still going into the bottom half of the inning with a guy on second.
Yeah, well then you're screwed. Yeah,
and that's what Boston did.
But I mean, you could
3 straight out.
Yeah, but you could still sacrifice, get a guy over to third, but you gave up an out, and then what happens if you strike out the next batter?
You put a lot more pressure on the pitcher to throw strikes when there's a guy sitting at third where you're staring right at him.
Yeah, or
that mental game changes things.
You could just walk the next guy, get a double play.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think, personally, I think the best strategy as an away team is try to score as many as possible. As a home team, if they don't score, then you sacrifice. But anyways, we do have a couple of games finishing up here. We obviously have the A's Red Sox game in overtime, and then we have not overtime, extra innings, and then we have the Giants Dodgers, which probably won't end until 11. The way that game's going.
The podcast will be over while they're pitching last pitch there.
Yep.
It's a tight game though.
Yeah, it is
got out of that. Whew.
It is a good one. For those new to the show, once baseball season rolls around, this show is pretty much dedicated to previewing some games for Wednesday's slate. Trying to find some winners. I've been pretty hot with MLB. Cooled down a little today. Went 1-2. Had Padres. I was an L. Had Mariners. Another L. But I had Diamondbacks. I was a winner. So we got that home. But we're gonna get back on the hot streak. We're gonna get back on the hot streak tomorrow, and we're gonna start it off then with Yankees Diamondbacks. This game's going at around noon 40.
You're getting back on the hot streak, by the way. I've been scorching since opening day.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. You have
As of now, we're still scorching. So
keep scorching. Keep scorching. I was doing really good in baseball until today. Tripped up a little bit, but we'll be back. All right, so for the first game we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about the Yankees Diamondbacks. We got Rodon versus Merrill Kelly on the bump for this one. Diamondbacks won tonight. Yankees took their first L of the season. Diamondbacks won 7-0. Gallen 6 scoreless innings. Nestor Cortez not very good. Only went 5 1/3. Gave up some runs. The total was
not molesting.
Nope. The total tomorrow is 8.5. Juice to the over pretty much everywhere. And then Yankees run line -1.5 plus 142 plus 1.5 minus 172. Diamondbacks basically a dog everywhere in this game, which is kind of surprising to me. What's your thoughts on this game tomorrow?
I mean, I'm really kind of surprised that the over/under is sitting at 8.5. Like, yes, these teams have been putting up runs, but you've got two good pitchers on the hill. I think there is going to be some regression from Rodon. Can he, stay healthy? But, looking at the second game of the season, he went 4 1/3. In his first game, what did he do? Allowed 3 runs?
No, he went 4 1/3, 1 earned, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. But I mean, he walked basically 6 batters per 9 innings. He had his xFIP was 6. Like I get the looking at it from the advanced analytical perspective. Like Rodon, based on his outing last time, like you should see some regression. 2 ERA, but he honestly didn't pitch to the 2 ERA. It was more like a 6.28 ERA, which it probably should.
Yeah, and Houston was struggling that series, so it wouldn't surprise me there. Who pitched for Houston that game? Was that?
I think it was Verlander. Yeah, it was Verlander because Framber went game 1. Or no, it was Christian Javier. Javier, yeah. Christian Javier.
And he had a horrible start that game. So that definitely kind of pushes that 7-1 score there. And I think, the Diamondback bats are pretty hot. So that kind of tends me to lean that money line at -105. I don't think I'd go run line there. Oh no, run line's in favor 1.5 at -175. So I mean, I think you can flirt with first 5 towards Arizona, or you can go to money line Arizona, looking out through that whole game. I have much more faith in Kelly than I do Rodon.
Yeah. Yep.
But that's 2 years ago I'd say otherwise, but how's Arizona hitting against lefties?
I mean, they face a left, and Corbin Carroll didn't play today, and they still put up 7 runs. The interesting thing for the Diamondbacks and even the Yankees too is the Yankees came into this game undefeated, but they're 6 points below average. And on the flip side, the Diamondbacks 97 WRC plus 3 points below average. Huge reason for that is the Diamondbacks as a team only hitting 250, on base 322, slugging 420. The Yankees, on the other hand, they're hitting 227 on base of 304, slugging 397. So neither of these teams are really, although they're winning, and aside from one game for the Diamondbacks where they put up the 14 runs in 1 inning against the Rockies, until the ninth, they weren't really having a huge offensive outpour completely, but I don't know. I do think that there's some regression for Rodon coming. I do think that if I were to play this game, it would be the Diamondbacks money line.
Fuck.
What happened?
Double play.
For the
Oh, Boston scored 1. But double play. Boston to win by 2. So
damn.
it empties the bases, turns the A's turn a beautiful fucking double play.
Nice. They're like the worst defensive team in the league right now too, which is
Yep.
pretty interesting. But yeah, I lean Diamondbacks here if I were to play it. I don't know if I'm gonna play. It's tough to fade Merrill Kelly at home. He's really just dominate at home. So yeah, I think if I were to play this, it would definitely be Diamondbacks or nothing, dude.
Yeah, I think if anything, I'd probably look at first 5 minus half a run
For who?
for Arizona.
But if they're the dog, it'll probably be.
They're a fucking dog. Yep.
There's not going to be much value on the plus half.
Yeah, money line first 5.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd go full game here.
Yeah, and Merrill Kelly was really good his first outing. Obviously, it was the Rockies, so leaves a lot to be desired. And 1.35 ERA, 3 xFIP. So I think he pitched better than Rodon. So yeah, I think I would lean Diamondbacks in this one, Ben, in this getaway game.
Yep.
We're in agreement there.
I think Yankees got a little bit lucky with Houston being asleep.
Yeah, Houston.
I mean, they're going to get overpriced.
It's crazy because Houston's bullpen, Ben, this year does not look good. And we're going to talk. We're actually going to we're going to talk about the Stros right now. They're facing the Toronto Blue Jays, and like I said, their bullpens are struggling. Hader blew a save today, ended up losing the game. They were up 2-0 after the Blanco no-hit the Jays yesterday, and they won 10-0. So right now the Astros are only 1-5. Toronto's 3-3. Tomorrow against Christian Javier. Right now, Houston's about minus $1.44, minus $1.40 depending on the book, and then Toronto is $1.22. Totals at 9. What's your thoughts here?
I mean, you got Bassett on the hill. I mean, if we're talking about turkey tosser over these last 2 years, Bassett's name is right there with it, and he's been struggling for a long time. His first start, he went 5 innings, 6 hits, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks. He had a homer allowed. He's coming out with a 7.2 ERA with 4 earned runs, 5 runs during that time. So for only going 5, that's definitely rough. 5 runs off of 6 hits, also rough.
Yeah,
4 earned there, but that it's both of these teams I think are struggling, and I have more faith in Christian Javier than I do Chris Bassett here.
Yeah, but I want nothing to do with the Astros bullpen right now. And it's crazy we're talking. It's crazy we're talking about that because they've been one of the best bullpens the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
But man, Ben, this bullpen is struggling to say the least. I only have a 3.56 ERA with a 4.2 xFIP. So they're definitely about middle of the pack. They gave up 6 runs. Was it? Oh, hold on. Christian Javier's last start, they gave up 7 runs, and he gave up none in 6 innings. So all 7 of those runs were given up by the bullpen. So it leaves me playing this as the full game.
Big vocab there.
Oh, yeah. I was a writer, Ben.
I like it.
And you were an English teacher.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I am a little worried about playing the Astros here, Ben. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at offensively where both of these teams sit.
Oh, I mean, the Astros have been struggling to score runs outside of their last game where they put up 10.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, wow. Man, if fucking O.co wasn't so big, it'd be an A's win right there.
Would it?
Yeah, he just hit it to the track, deep center. Let's see. Toronto. Wow. Everybody but Justin Turner is struggling.
Yep.
Good Lord. You've got Davis Schneider. He's
Schneider.
hitting the ball decently. He's hitting the ball hard.
Yep.
George Springer's hitting the ball hard. 2 home runs already. Vlad 1. Oh man. Do we go under this game?
I mean, it's
You
not
look at the trends, 4 of their last 6, but Houston has gone under 4 of their last 5.
I mean, Toronto, not Tampa.
Or sorry, Toronto, yeah. Let's see, Houston. They've got some good bats there. Altuve.
Toronto has a 78 WRC plus. They're hitting them.
Yeah. Houston's actually hitting a little bit better. Altuve, batting 360. Kyle Tucker, 318. Pena, 381. Yanier, 476.
Yeah, Jordan's just not hitting for power.
Jordan's not hitting anything.
Chris Bassett, his xFIP is 4.14, so it should come down. His ERA should come down a little bit. Christian
Austin wins by 1.
Damn.
Can't hit the run line. Damn. Oh well. Still up a unit today.
That's good.
Still haven't had a negative day.
Solid. Javier throws a lot of fastballs.
Sorry, let me rephrase that. Still haven't had a negative MLB day.
Bassett throws a lot of fastballs too.
Yeah, I think we gotta go Houston. I think Houston first 5.
Houston first 5. Yeah, I'm probably there with you. We're probably gonna have to pay a fucking pretty heavy tax there.
I mean, I'd even take them if we're gonna go money line. I mean, yeah, if you push, if it's a tie ball game, you push. But I mean, if you go run line at minus a half a run, you're gonna be getting some good value. Probably plus 120 is my guess.
And I actually think there's some value on the Blue Jays here. This game's minus 150 right now. I think that's way too high.
I'm seeing minus 140.
I think that's too high.
Granted, that's ESPN bet.
This game should be like minus 131. Yeah, because
Bassett has been historically bad though.
Not historically. He finished top 5 in Cy Young voting in 2020.
Yeah,
or 21.
That was, and then finished in the second half last year, in 2021 and 2022 and 2023.
His last start last year, he shut out the Yankees, gave up 2 runs to the Tampa Bay Rays. This year, he had a bad start. I think he's better than, 6 hits, 4 earned, 6 strikeouts.
2022 was his best year. I mean, and 21, 22, and 23 weren't bad, but they weren't great.
Yeah.
What's CYA? Cy Young.
Cy Young award. He finished like top 5 in Cy Young one of the years. I forget what year.
It says 2023. Oh, CYA-10. So he was 10th.
Yeah, as well, and he throws a lot of fastballs.
Okay, yeah, he was 10th in the AL Cy Young voting.
Yeah, this game's probably a stay away from me, but I probably lean Jays. I actually might. There might be some value in the over, Ben. Or probably the under.
9's high for both these teams.
Yeah, especially the way the Jays have been fucking swinging it. Just 0 runs, 9 runs, 1 run, 2 runs, 8 runs. They're kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
You're either getting a ton of runs or you're getting none, dude. It's no in between.
Yeah, I'm leaning Houston here. Offensively better, defensively better, or I guess pitching better.
Yeah, but he's got a.
I'm not paying the minus 140, but I minus a half a run.
How has Bassett pitched against? Bassett's actually fared pretty well against Houston. And his last 2 starts against them, he's given up only.
How's Javier been against Toronto?
He's only faced them once since 2021, and in 2021 he gave up 8 runs. But I mean, that's so long ago. It's kind of like tough to throw it in there. But he's also only gone like 5 innings, and he doesn't really go deep into games either. So that's why I think if you're gonna play Houston, like it's got to strictly be on a first 5 basis, given the fact that their bullpen has just been fucking horrendous this year.
Yep.
I don't think you can trust their bullpen. Maybe we play it first 5 under, dude.
Yeah, you're probably going to be at what, 4.5, 5?
Yeah, 4.5, 5.
Probably 5. Yeah, 9.5. We'd probably see it at 5.
Probably play first 5 under, and then lean Jays full game, lean Stroh's first 5. But I think first 5 under is probably the play there.
Yeah, I worry how Bassett is pitching.
Yeah, it's one start. He could bounce back. For as bad as a start he had, his xFIP isn't terrible, which shows you that there was some bad luck in that in that outing.
Yeah. Yeah, 1 error, 1 unearned run.
3.59. Definitely.
What's Sierra?
Sierra's and xFIP are basically like taking away fielding independence. So, like a lot of times, like home runs, you know, are kind of like, how do I say it? How do I put this into layman terms? Like a lot of times, like, all right, if you a fly ball pitcher, for example, Ben, if he gives up, 50% of his outs are fly balls, and let's say he gives up 2 home runs, like a lot of those home runs are just a bad, not all of them being bad luck, but they are a lot of them are considered bad luck sometimes. Or if a guy only gives up 3 fly ball outs and gives up 2 home runs, like a lot of times it's very rare that's so. That goes into your xFIP. So normally, like a high strikeout pitcher is always going to have a low xFIP because he's not relying on defense, right? He's getting guys out on his own. Mm-hmm. So that'll pull his xFIP and his Sierra down. But it'll show like positive regression. So like when a guy has a high ERA, but he has a low Sierra, it's basically telling you that there was some bad luck in his start out of it. So usually by the end of the season, they come like this, right? So usually it starts like this and then it'll come here.
Yeah, it balances out. Okay.
Hit a median. So it helps you find like the true level. Like, because for example, like, Chris Bassett, his last start, medium contact was 60%, hard contact 26%, 13% soft contact. Right? He had 26% fly ball outs, 66% ground ball outs, and his home run to fly ball ratio was 25%, which is really fucking high.
Yeah.
That's really rare. Especially when you have a guy who's inducing 66% ground ball rate. You know, that tells you most of the time some of those home runs they're gonna balance back out to fly ball outs. Fly ball percent is 26%, dude, and 25% of those went for home runs.
Yeah,
that's kind of bad luck.
That's nuts. Yeah.
So I do actually I like the first 5 under here. I do like it.
Sure.
All right, let's move over to your Doyers, not your Doyers, but
My Doyers.
The Los Angeles Doyers.
It's currently 5-4 in the bottom of the 8th. Dodgers are up to bat with no outs.
We got a nice pitching matchup tomorrow. We got Kyle Harrison going on the bump, and he's facing Tyler Glasnow.
Yep.
Glasnow got an extra day rest. What's your thoughts on this one, Ben? Can plus $1.98 Dodgers minus 240?
I think that's way too much. Just for the the line there, especially when you look at the run line as well. Run line is sitting at plus 1.5 at minus 115, and the minus 1.5 at minus 105. Yep. That shows me right there that it's overpriced. So I don't think you can take that minus 215 at any point. LA's going to win this. Yes, probably. Harrison is a great young pitcher. But at the same time, Dodgers really struggle against lefties. We saw that last week. Yep. And Harrison does have some stuff. So, I mean, this is going to be an interesting game. I think this one's going to be closer than expected. So I do think you can probably play the plus 1.5 at minus 115. That's a really good value there. You usually don't see plus 1.5 that low. So
yeah, I agree. And also, his last outing was against the Padres, Kyle Harrison, that is, and the Padres are, they have a lot of right-handed bats in their lineup, whereas the Dodgers have a lot of left-handed bats in their lineup. So I do think that favors him. He's only faced 3 lefties this year, Kyle Harrison, and he's given up a double, a strikeout, and an out. So again, it's only one. He's only faced 3 lefties.
Yeah.
So it's tough to really put that into comparison. I do worry about him giving up the long ball against righties, especially against a guy like Teoscar Hernandez, who's swinging the bat pretty well, and Mookie Betts, who hits lefties pretty well.
Oh, Dodgers actually hitting lefties better than righties.
Yeah, but it's tough to put that into consideration because, when they faced Tyler Matz, dude, they could not hit Matz. But then the Cardinals put a lefty reliever in, and they fucking lit him up. That's where they scored 4 of their runs in that game that they lost against the Cardinals. Runs. But on average, against good lefties, dude, they're not hitting them. They're not hitting them well. See how it bounces out because, like I said, against Matz, they could not fucking hit him, dude.
They struggled, yeah.
On the flip side, Tyler Glasnow, he has a 2.45 ERA, but a 5.42 xFIP, dude. 5.39 Sierra. So, on the flip side of what we were talking about with Bassett, Tyler Glasnow is getting a lot of good luck. Giving up 50% of his outspin are fly balls. 50%. And only 7%. Sorry, not 50% of outs are fly balls. 50% fly balls. He has a 20% hard hit rate, 62% medium hit rate, only 17% soft. So we are seeing
Dodgers Giants games are always fucking tough games too.
Yep. And I'm with you, dude. I think that this is priced way too high. I think the Dodgers should be more around like minus 170. So I would honestly probably play the Giants.
Yep.
And I would sprinkle a little on the money line. I think there's value. I think there's good value at plus 198. Now, does that mean you're gonna win? No, but I have the Dodgers winning this game about 62% of the time, about minus 170, and they're priced at minus 210, which is, I think, a really high. And before we went on, we were talking about the Dodgers being priced high all season, and you're gonna have to pay. You're gonna have to pay a tax on the Dodgers if you want to play the Dodgers this year, just like you have to pay a tax on the Braves.
Yep. I think the Yankees are there right now.
Well, the Yankees kind of like just because they're one of the most popular teams, but
Oh yeah. Well, when they swept that first series and then went now 1-1 with Arizona, so I think they're gonna have a high tax. Or do they go 2-1 with